this video, I am going to describe 5 photos that are of cities or towns and try to get the highest score that I can. So to do this, we are going to use Arno. In Arno, you can practice every question type as much as you like for free. We also have full mock tests, DET courses, a vocabulary builder. So just a ton of stuff that will help you get ready for the DET. This is why 130,000 students, even more than that, have trusted us to help them get ready for the test. So today, we're going to come into the practice section. You can see all the question types here. And we're going to go to write about the photo. And then we're going to filter for cities and towns. And then let's choose one that I haven't answered yet. So we'll start with this one here. All right. In this image, we can see a woman walking down the street, pulling a white suitcase behind her. She is wearing a beige sun hat, white blouse, black skirt, sneakers, and a leather backpack. Presumably, she is a traveler on vacation in a foreign country and is making her way to her hotel. A high scoring response. So I wrote a lot of advanced vocabulary, a lot of details. You can see how I include lots of colors. I describe what she's wearing very thoroughly, so I'm able to use a lot of vocabulary there. And then no grammar mistakes, but let's see if Arno has any suggestions for even more advanced vocabulary that I could have used. So let's see. What does Arno say? So for example, instead of walking, you can say strolling. This is a great tip. If you're describing somebody walking in a city, you can use the word strolling, more advanced. It'll get you more points. So this second step here is really great to find those word upgrades. And then once you do that, you can check your new score. My score can't get any higher, obviously, so we'll skip that. And then you can also ask Arno to rewrite your entire answer. So this is a great way to see if you could have structured it a little different. So for example, Arno includes this detail, which I didn't think to describe. What else is in the image? So the urban street is lined with buildings and parked cars. So if I had more time, I could have added a description of the place where the woman is. So the other 2 things to highlight here are that you can see other people's answers. So this is a great way to see details that you could have included in your description. Right, like this. And you can also see Arno's description. So Arno's description is way more than you could ever possibly write, but the idea is you can see all of the details that you could have used in your response. So you can see Arno's feedback and these advanced features, which are available with credits, can really help you to improve at picture description. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, so in this image, I see a large staircase with scores of people ascending and descending, and I'm going to say black and white image. They are wearing jackets and pants, so I assume this photo was taken in a cold season like fall or winter. The stairs are made of stone, and I can make out a stone wall, suggesting this is somewhere old, like Europe. All right, let's submit this and see my score. Nice. All right, 150 to 160. So my length was good, and you can see how I use lots of adjectives. And I also use advanced vocabulary. So I said ascending and descending instead of going up, going down. And then I try to use a diversity of vocabulary, describing the wall, what people are wearing, when the picture was taken. So all of those things help me to get a great score. Okay, let's see if I can do this well on another one. Okay, here we go. This image depicts a peloton of cyclists, a very advanced word there that I happen to know. This image depicts a peloton of cyclists in the middle of a race. The two cyclists in front are wearing blue uniforms, and they are being pursued by two cyclists in red uniforms who are wearing by two cyclists in red uniforms. The sun is shining, so they must be sweating a lot. Okay, we'll see. This one I don't think was as strong as my last response, but let's see what score Arno gives me. It still gives me a great score, so I was still well above the minimum recommended of 30 words, and I had quite advanced vocabulary. Looks like I made some grammar mistakes. Looks like I have a spelling mistake. So just to show you how this works in Arno, cyclists, like this. Cyclists, and then if you correct the mistake, then Arno will tell you if you got it right. Let's see. Blue uniforms, I was missing a comma there. So you get the idea. You can use Arno's feedback to fix your grammar mistakes and then see the new score. So once all those mistakes are fixed, then my score would still be 150, 160. But yeah, so I hope you get the idea of how that feedback works. And then Arno will also show you where you can use higher scoring vocabulary. So mid-race, right? So I could have used the much shorter and more advanced mid-race instead of in the middle of a race. And then let's see, for being pursued, Arno said followed. They are followed. That may be a little better. And then let's see, shining brightly, likely causing them to sweat profusely. So that is definitely a higher scoring version of what I had, because it includes the adverbs brightly, profusely, and then uses this slightly more advanced structure of likely causing them to sweat profusely. This image shows three men standing on a street corner having a conversation. The man on the left-hand side is wearing a bright orange rain jacket, khakis, and high top sneakers. Behind them is a wide, busy road with cars driving across the sidewalk. This one is a little shorter than my other responses, but let's see how it does. Still does very well, 150, 160, no grammatical mistakes. Quite a strong response. Okay, next one. All right, no people in this one. These are always harder. So this image depicts a pristine cove with translucent blue water, many small boats float in the foreground. In the background are large houses and a sizable hill. Perhaps this is a famous vacation place like the south of France. Let's see how I do. And 150 to 160 yet again. So like I said, when you don't have people, it's harder because we have lots of vocabulary for people, naturally what they're wearing, what they're doing, their expression, things like that. But there was still plenty of detail here to describe. And I was able to use a lot of advanced vocabulary, you can see here. Okay, let's do one more. Ooh, this one will be tough as well. So this image shows a small yellow toy van. The van has a luggage rack on the roof, which is full of suitcases. In the background, we can make out an actual bus painted in many different colors. It appears that the design is made of graffiti. Perhaps this photo was taken as part of an art project. Okay, let's submit it, see how I do. In this one, 150 to 160 again. So, like I said, this one was tricky because there's no people. I think the key was making out what was in the background here. So I saw the small van, and then I saw the bigger van in the background, and that enabled me to really expand my answer. And then I had some extra time, so I speculated. This is a good strategy that I talk about in another video, which you can see up here. And but basically, I try to guess something about the photo. In this case, I thought, why would this photo be taken? It seems creative and kind of funny. The small van, the big van, or bus, you could also call it, as I do. And so I said, maybe it was taken as part of an art project, allowing me to add a little bit more information and use some more advanced vocabulary. Okay, so from here, I would recommend checking out this video, which gives you a very useful 3-step template for write about the photo, which students have used to get great scores on the DET. So I'll see you over in that video.